I had really been wanting to get back into watercolor painting because my experience with it has really just been taking an art class in high school and having one unit experience testing out watercolor painting. And I had a lot of fun with that, but I never revisited that art form again until I had a design thinking class. Hello, good afternoon. It is 2:01 p.m. on a wonderful, very sunny, nice and warm Saturday. So my grandmother um has a bunch of cool art supplies that she let me go through earlier today. What really inspired me was this book, The New Botanical Painting. It's a guidebook. I think it's like a beginner's guidebook on how to watercolor paint flowers and plants. And a classmate of mine, she did her project. I think I'm mixing it up. Okay, I did a project using watercolors, but out of like the plastic pan of watercolor paints. And then she did a project where she was learning how to draw really fancy, beautiful flowers. And so the combination of those two ideas, learning how to draw flowers and watercolor painting, have been intertwined in my mind for the past school year. And now that it's summer, I'm gonna learn how to combine both of those. There's really beautiful yellow butterflies flying around today, so that's been nice. My drawing skills are really just sketching things, and I have a select few go-to sketch styles that I like to do, where it's mostly just cute little characters that I like to draw and doodle. Like this is what I can draw. This is what I can draw. I'm not a professional by any means, so this is going to be really interesting learning how to draw flowers, especially because I feel like they're more realistic and less cartoon like, and I think I can do a pretty good job at cartoon type drawings, at least digitally. I used to be more of an artist who can draw things. What's funny and that not a lot of people know about me is that in high school, I think was the peak time of my artistic ab- abilities and interest. I would always carry around a sketchbook, a whole, big pencil case. This is my high school pencil case of all sorts of art supplies. I was always drawing, I was always creating, I was always painting, and that just it left my body for a couple of years, and I became really more involved in learning the sciences and math until I just started yearning for creating physical art again. And so this is sort of me um, now wanting to get back into that and explore being an artist again who can make things physically and not so much digitally. I'm gonna do some reading and figure out a good starting point for myself and then start sketching. I will see you guys when I have something meaningful to show you. Okay, so I spent the past hour and a half reading, taking notes, and figuring out different watercolor brush strokes and practicing them. So here's some practice. And then I went in and I tried to learn how to. I was basically doing leaf and petal painting drills. And I have to say, I think my most successful one is probably this one. And like this petal. It's so much harder than I thought it would be. Um, I don't know why I thought it would be not as hard. But anyway, that's that. So I think I'm gonna graduate myself from doing these brush stroke drills and attempt to do the first flower in this book, which is a tulip. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then I think after the tulip, I'm gonna call it a day. And this will be day one of my journey on learning how to watercolor. So in high school, when I took that watercolor section of class, I did get some experience with these types of watercolor paints that come in the metal tubes. These are like really fancy to me. So not only do we have the watercolor in the metal tubes that are just really fun to touch, we have the paints that come in the plastic pan palettes. This is what I have the most experience with. And I feel less bad about using because I don't know, these ones just feel so fancy to me. I have this thing where I get scared to use fancy looking things. But I'm getting over that because right now is time to create and not to be anxious. Although I'm a very anxious person, so we'll see how that goes for me. Anyway, watercolor painting palette, lots of fun colors. And then there's another palette. I don't know what this says, but it is also another plastic pan tray of paints. One thing that I really loved using in the past that I have some experience with are watercolor pencils. And these ones have some pretty interesting grip dots on them. So that'll be nice. Oh, the doggy's out. Big watercolor paper, and we have the watercolor palette trays. There are a lot of ravens in this neighborhood, and they've been so fun to watch. There's also a lot of mockingbirds in the neighborhood as well. Like, I hear them. I haven't seen them, but I hear them pretty much all night and then all early morning. Especially because sometimes I keep the window open just to let some fresh air in. But I'll hear like the mockingbirds sing like 50 different sounds all in one go. Some of them are car alarms, some of them are like mocking dogs barking. I've heard cat meowing, and then I've heard other birds, and it's all just this one like stream of a bunch of different sounds back to back. And I have yet to see the mockingbird. I know it's there though. And then we have this box tub bucket of a bunch of different paintbrushes. Oh, there's a hummingbird. Oh my goodness, so precious. Wow. That's really lovely. You know, once I somewhat master painting and drawing flowers, I would love to start learning how to paint and draw birds, because then I could capture moments like this right now. There's this beautiful hummingbird that's drinking nectar from these flowers. I wish I could show you, but I swear as soon as I turn the camera around, it's like gonna fly away. Anyway, I don't really remember which paintbrushes are actually meant for watercolor. Maybe it's these ones because it looks like they'll hold water better. And maybe that's why she has them. Because isn't it that watercolor paintbrushes are softer and they can hold more water rather than... Because like here, look, this is what I'm talking about. This to me, I feel like this is meant for acrylic or maybe oil paint because it's so stiff, thick, and rough versus this paintbrush here. Ooh. It's really soft and it's easy to move, and I feel like it can hold a lot of water. And that's just my own thinking. I genuinely don't actually know the true, real, learned difference between the two. Feel free to comment and let me know if I'm right or wrong about that. Okay, so I just finished making my tulips. You know, for the fact that I've never done this before, I think I did a pretty okay job. And I'm not mad at it at all. And this is just day one, so it's a starting point. I am kind of curious to see what would happen if I went over it with some watercolor pencils. I am very tempted to put stickers all over this and turn it into some type of mixed media thing because that's what I do with everything that I make. Stickers, decorations, turning everything into a scrapbook collage. So anyway, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you when I see you next. Okay, till next time. Bye.